So how's it going, Marius?
Good, how are you?
Oh, very good. So what are we doing here?
We're weeding here in San Jose Avenue. As you can see, this is a weed I previously watered, so everything is nice, and I removed it with the root. Grasses, we consider them weeds here, but it's not always a weed, right? Because if you are in a field, you want to have these kind of grasses growing. But in this case, we are trying to get the California poppies and other California native plants to grow. So I'm removing mostly these grasses and other kinds of weeds before release the seed. If they release the seeds, that's going to be hundreds of seeds per plant. That's going to be very hard to handle. In between all these plants, we have to recognize the one that is the weed, the grass in that case. It's growing in between the yarrow, so I'll try to remove it with the root. Then we have these little flowers here. I don't know the name of those, but it's considered a weed also. And do you think the California poppy can be a weed? Yes. It's protected here because it's a state flower, but in some situations it can become a weed that you don't want because it's growing everywhere. They will always grow back if we don't remove the root. If I leave them here, they're actually capable within some couple of days or maybe a week to root down and survive again. So I have to make sure that I throw them in the concrete and then put it in the compost.
Right.
Let's take a look at this weed, for example. This weed, which is actually good, it's a Fabaceae, it's like from the family of the fabas, it's good for soil. It has all the seeds already ready to release. As it dries and as it dies, it's gonna send all the energy to the seeds so they actually are mature enough to be released. So that's why it's very important to put, as you weed, you remove the weeds that you don't want, you put them away. And if it's hard to remove, I just like play a little bit with the soil so I can actually... They are very well adapted, and they produce so much seeds, so many seeds, and so fast. I have to be able to walk in all the gardens and weeding by sections, making sure I come back to the same section after 2-3 weeks before the small weeds that I didn't see, or even the seeds that sprouted, produce new seeds. From now on, the only thing I do is weeding, and once we have less weeds, we're gonna put mulch. Weeds are actually good for the soil because as they take nutrients, they also release other nutrients. The Romans, for example, I know the Romans were easily leaving the fields full of grasses for 1 year, so they would be able to cultivate better the next year. I find it very relaxing.